Okay, and we're live.
Hello there, all you guys, gals, and
Hey, hey, hey,
non-binary
hey, call me,
pals.
call me, call me, call me.
I was in a groove. What's up, Popo?
Don't freak out. Don't freak out.
Why would I freak out?
Your chest.
What the?
Oh, we're gonna have to retire the biddies.
Okay.
We have to
I was
retire the
wondering why my
biddies now.
back hurts so much.
Oh no, they're killer. Right. We have to retire the biddy bits.
We've maxed it out.
Yeah, we gave it a trilogy. It didn't even appear in the third film.
You're once, twice, three times a biddy. All right,
And
all seriousness,
scene.
hello there, all you guys, gals, and non-binary pals. Thank you for once again making a climb atop the lookout. I am Derek, aka Kami.
And I'm Matt, aka Popo.
And as we discussed in our last episode, this episode is going to be more talking our craft. We're going to be speaking to you guys as voice actors. I professionally trained. Thank you, Ty Shantae of Ty Shantae Productions in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Name drop.
Of course.
And address.
And address. Blood type. Date of birth.
List of kinks.
List of triggers. Because we care here at the Lookout.
Triggers. Trick with a TR.
Yeah, yes. TR. You nasties.
Don't want anyone think we're talking about bouncing tigers over here.
Of course, of course. I mean, they do wonderful things.
They
do.
do.
Their tops are made out of rubber and their bottoms are made out of springs.
And they fuck good. That's what's important.
I didn't need to know that.
I didn't either, but now I can't live without it.
All right. As we're already getting into doing the voices. So,
Yeah.
dear listeners, or viewers, technically, because, we record these. We're on camera.
Yes,
or else
we
the
are.
bitty bits would not make any sense.
No, they wouldn't.
So
Sucks,
for when we do
sucks
finally
to
upload
be
this to
you
Spotify,
people.
listeners are going to be incredibly confused.
Yeah, no, sucks to be all you Spotify listeners right now.
Exactly.
Use your imaginations. They were large.
They were
Supple.
a Avenged Seven.
Well-rounded.
They were an Avenged Sevenfold sweatshirt and a Baby Groot sweatshirt that says "Be kind" on it.
I was
Yeah.
trying to get you some clout here, man, but if you're gonna go ahead and ruin the illusion.
Hey, I mean, if I only have viewers because of my enormous fake biddies, then we should be uploading this to OF and not to Spotify.
I'm 90% sure that's how I got mine, so.
Oh, these my boobies, and we've been demonetized on TikTok.
Oh yay. What else is new?
So, one of the things you said last episode, and it seemed to be like one of the major things you wanted to talk about, obviously, is our pet peeves as voice actors. So
Well,
I'll let you
Pet
toss that
peeves.
ball into your court.
Pet peeves combined Q&A. How we go about doing what we do, because I get a lot of these questions. I'm sure, as you would as well, if people would do what I fucking tell them and go follow you.
If I did more of actually posting on TikTok, but I stopped posting because people stopped following and stopped
Irrelevant. But yeah, yeah. Pet peeve number 1. And this is a shared pet peeve. Because you always got to start these off with hot takes. When people come at us saying, I always wanted to do voice acting because I could do X impression. Like, sometimes it's like Stitch or Elmo or, which is, good for you if you can. I'm not here to, shit on your skills. I'm just saying that's not what this is.
No. The way that I've always addressed that, because it's tough to call it a pet peeve, Um, but it can be an annoyance because the thing with voice acting, great, if that is your gateway, is that you can do a character voice. Awesome. How you react to what I'm going to suggest next determines whether you can be a voice actor or not. Great. Have you ever done any acting courses? Have you ever have you read a script? Do you know how to create your own character based on like a character description? If they say no, or I don't need that, I can do this voice. Cool. On the off chance that you are the greatest Stitch impressionist of all time, and Disney really needs someone, you might have a gig.
Maybe. As it's been said by a mutual hero of ours, or idol. Oh, I mean, hero might be too strong a word, but Mr. Cummings, Jim Cummings, as he had once said, if you can do an impression, like a perfect impression, like no one ever mistakes what voice you're doing, good, great, good for you. Maybe you can do something with that. But if you can do a really bad impression that nobody knows what the fuck you're doing, congratulations, you've just created your own character.
Exactly. So I'm in agreement with you. I wouldn't necessarily call it a pet peeve for me. I would definitely, when the answer is that, oh, I can just do these voices or even this voice.
It's I don't know
that's
why.
where
That skit, and I can't for the life of me can't remember their names, but that skit of those guys that doing roll call, but like the role just gets more and more obscure as he goes on, and at one point he goes, really bad Arnold Schwarzenegger impersonator, and or impression or whatever he says, and it's just a woman in a like a t-shirt, like in a button-up shirt and a cowboy hat, and yeehaw.
yes.
And it's like okay, and like I was not expecting that.
I mean, the other thing to be said of that is, we're talking about doing a specific character. You also don't understand your own voice on recording until you've done it and heard it.
And once you've done it and you've heard it said back to you, you immediately recognize your own voice.
Yep.
You're like, that's what I sound like? Okay, if that's all, if all you're hearing it is like on a phone or something, don't feel bad. Okay, as you're hearing me now, is let me do it this way. As Derek is hearing me now, this is pretty close to how I sound in real life. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. The microphone I'm using is really good for that. So, I don't recommend, when it comes to voice acting, shelling out your life savings on good equipment if you don't have the acting chops to back up what you're doing. Because a lot of the times when you book work, it's not going to be for, I know, filthy fucking rich coming from me, a guy who actually gets paid to do impressions of characters, but a lot of the times, if you look at Autumn Ivy, it's just her voice. Or maybe a little altered, but most of the time,
it is a voice that she can do, and
it is a voice that she can do.
Character. They're not asking her to do Poison Ivy. They're not asking her to do Tara Strong's Harley Quinn. They're going, hey, so the role here is like a younger adult female. It's spicy work, so we're not looking for, a little girl, but we are looking for something that's a little lighter on the tone. We're not looking for that deep, husky, sultry voice.
Yeah,
she's able to do that.
She's able to
Flip
do that.
side of the coin, hey, we're looking for that deep, sultry, husky voice. This is you're going to be reading a
mature oriented.
Yeah, you're going to be reading A Court of Thorn and Roses. Okay.
Yeah. So it's more about the emotion, the intention. Because as a narrator, you don't have the luxury of selling a scene with your face. with your expressions. You have to convey that emotion and that, expression through the sound of your voice. That's what's important. Because if you have not so good equipment, I mean, a lot of these people have audio text. They can clean it up. They can make it passable. It's more important that you give them a good read than you give them a good character impression.
Absolutely.
And again,
I would say
filthy fucking
I would
rich
say
coming
one of
from
my
me, I
pet
know.
Well, and I would say one of my pet peeves is just that also. And it's more of a fan pet peeve than like someone that comes to us saying like, "Oh, I've always wanted to be a voice actor." When you hear a voice actor or an impressionist doing an impression, and you, without the ability to do it better, go, "Oh, well, that sounded more like blank."
I didn't want to start with that
with
one.
your own, I guarantee with your own Rolodex, you can think of exactly what I'm thinking of for you.
Winnie the Pooh sounds like Shaggy Rogers.
Now, just to go ahead and hopefully
I will
put this
give
to
them.
rest.
I will give them the whole "why do you sound like old Greg whenever I'm doing Popo?" I will grant you that. Though those voices, like, one's right here and the other's right here, they are very close to each other.
They are.
I'll give you that. But when one sounds like this and like the other sounds like this, it's a different spot of delivery.
Well, and
It's
I'll
a
even go
different
so
energy.
far as to, I'll even go so far as to say this. Go ahead and give them, "Oh bother, I'm stuck in a tree," as Winnie the Pooh.
Oh bother, I'm stuck in a tree.
Give them, "Oh bother, I'm stuck in a tree," as Shaggy Rogers, Casey Kasem.
Like, oh bother, man, I'm stuck in a tree.
And Matthew Lillard.
Oh, I can't do Matthew Lillard.
I thought you could. I thought that was Shaggy Matthew Lillard, not just generic speaking voice.
No. Like that was one. We met a guy that could do that. I do the one that's more of
You do Greg. That's right. You do Greg
yeah,
Hines.
I do Greg Hines. Like, oh bother, man, I'm stuck in a tree.
Two very different characters, two very different deliveries. And for those of you that are watching and not necessarily just listening, look at Popo's face when he does it. Do it one more time for me, brother.
All three of them.
All three.
Okay. Oh bother, I'm stuck in a tree. Like, oh bother, man, I'm stuck in a tree. Like, oh bother, man, I'm stuck in a tree.
His face does change. He does act.
It
That
does
is
help.
that is my biggest pet peeve of all.
Like there,
Just getting this out there right now. People that put the voice over the actor portion.
okay, and that's something I'm gonna do. Like leaning on the impressions thing. If impressions are just something you want to do, not necessarily for voice acting, but just for fun, facial altercations do help. Like, and as near and dear as this man is to Derek's heart, I don't ever do this impression without clearing it with him first. I do a passable Robin Williams.
Absolutely. Real quick, by the way, for those listeners, he meant alterations, not altercations. Please don't go.
Did I say altercation? Did I say altercation?
You said altercations.
I'm sorry, alterations. It's been a long day.
Face altercations, yes.
It has
Getting
been a
punched
long
in the
day.
face will change your impressions.
Yeah, no, that's how I do it.
Probably for the worse.
But I'm going to bring my cam in, so those of you watching, I'm going to bring my cam close so that you can see what I mean by alterations. So as I look here, I'm going to deliver this line twice. Not the full line, but just enough to where you get what I'm going with. I'm going to do the voice, and then I'm going to fight. I'm going to fight the change, and then I'll do it again. I don't know how much value I have in this universe. What I do know is I made some people happier than they would have been without me. Now, Okay, not the best, but it does help that I've noticed that he like how he carries his mouth, and he does kind of have like not necessarily squint, but half lidded. That's how I've always done it. So it's like, I don't know much value I have in this universe. What I do know is I made some people happier than they would have been without me. It's more in character.
Now, keep your camera there. I'm going to play director here, as I did with having you do Winnie the Pooh.
Okay.
This is a voice that I don't know that you've ever even really done. But as you pointed out, half-lidded eyes, slightly pursed lips, and you're from Texas, so you have a natural Texas accent. I want you to try George W. Bush. Think about, I know you've seen interviews, I know you've seen the way he holds his face. A lot of our imports come from other countries. I can't do it because I can't really pull off the Texas accent unless I'm doing Hank Hill for some reason.
Well, you see,
But
thing
go
about
ahead.
that, the thing about that is what you got to remember is, he doesn't even know what the fuck he's saying. They told him this shit.
A lot of our imports come from other
They're
countries.
a lot of imports come from other countries. And you see, they're feeding me this information from off camera in an earpiece, and they're whispering for some reason. I'm gonna whisper too. My favorite is the Gabriel Iglesias. Mr. President, question. It's been almost 2 years. What are your plans about Katrina? We're gonna find her, and we are gonna bring Katrina to justice. We have reason to believe she is connected to Al Qaeda. See, Katrina, Qaeda, they both start with a K.
Very well done. But yes, so that is one thing you guys can take away from this. If you're going to venture into the world of voice acting,
And while we're here, for
acting
just
comes first.
another, and I'm not even shitting you when I say this, to do a good Bill Clinton, it does help if you grip your scrotum.
I mean, wouldn't doubt it.
I mean, that extra tension really does help there.
So, now flip side of the coin here. Since you mentioned Q&A, we're not going to go Q&A on this, but I've been directing you.
Yeah.
And we've been focusing on impressions.
Which is
I'm
more my forte.
I'm classically trained. I put that in quotes.
I did theater in high school.
I did theater in high school and college.
Yeah.
And middle school.
I got to wear a mocap suit in
My
college. Does that
mom
count?
always said I was acting up when I was younger.
Well, I did video game design and got to wear the mocap suit. Does that count?
No, but it makes me jealous.
Yeah, I had balls all over me.
He had balls.
Big-
Balls.
big-
Balls.
Big white ones.
His balls are always bouncing from the left and to the right.
They didn't squeak, though, and I found that to be really disappointing.
Isn't that also what you said the first time you grabbed a boobie?
Yeah. It wasn't white, though.
Okay. So, what I would like you to do, just off the top of your head, describe a character and give me any old monologue that you... Now, I'm not saying a character. Don't tell me, like, do Kevin Conroy's Batman.
I'm thinking of something. We'll run a bit of a generic run on here. Without the use of elaborate medical jargon, I want you to be a what should I say? Your what do they call the doctors that are fresh out of med school?
Resident.
Resident.
Or no, not a resident. Intern. Not intern.
I think residency is what it is. Residency. But I'm going to say first year resident having to break the news to a patient's loved one that they're not going to make it, and this is your first time.
Mr. Come on. You can do this. Mr. and Mrs. Jones, the damage to your son's torso. it was kind of all over his body, but mostly his chest cavity. It was extensive. We did all that we could, but he coded on the table, and we performed CPR. We were able to get him back in rhythm for a few moments. Um, he's in a vegetative state, a persistent vegetative state. If you'd like to say your farewells, no, goodbyes. Yeah, I guess that's the right word. I can take you to him now.
So
Notice,
it's not the easiest thing I've ever jerked off to, but I love a challenge.
notice for those of you watching, again, you Spotify listeners, you really got to get over to the Patreon.
Yeah, no, what the
Uh,
fuck? You can watch TV while you
you'll
drive. What are
notice,
you, pussy? Don't do that. Don't
you'll
do that. Don't
notice.
do that.
Please don't.
No, please don't.
Last thing we need to hear is that, the last thing he was doing was watching episode 69 of On the Lookout.
Oh, optimistic. I like that.
Oh, by the time we get there, that has to be an entire episode of sex jokes, right?
Oh yeah, I know, dude. The title of this one's gonna be episode 4. Talk dirty to me.
Of course. Okay, what we have to do by the time we get to episode 69, we have to have invented time travel because we have to go back in time to pre-July 12th, 2024, and we have to get Dr. Ruth on the show.
Oh god damn it! I didn't like them then.
Oh, come on. She's like the voice of sex talk.
Fine. Oh, you know what I found out today?
You know what? Fine. No, we can substitute.
No,
He
no.
does everything else. We'll just get Johnny Sins.
Brian Lynn, the guy that played, you probably must know him if you've ever watched Kung Fu Hustle. He played the villain, the main villain of that movie, the Toad Man.
Yep.
He passed away on the 24th
I did not know that.
of this year. Yeah, he was in
Alright.
2 more movies that were noted after Kung Fu Hustle that I didn't even know about.
Editor. By the way, the editor is Popo.
Yeah, big fucking surprise.
No.
Big fucking surprise there.
No.
I edit all these and my own shit. I'm overworked and underpaid.
If anyone is looking for a non-paying job that you could put on your resume, we do need an editor.
I was about to say, if you're looking for a cheap editor, you can fuck off and go somewhere else. I'm busy.
I wasn't going that route. I'm trying to get us an editor that will work for recognition. Which brings me to another one of our voice acting pet peeves.
Oh, God.
This one specifically for directors and casting directors.
Don't
Yes,
work for free.
there are going to be amateur voice actors that will accept, oh, this is something I can put on my resume / in my portfolio. I was one of them. I am still technically one of them because there are times I will take non-paying gigs, very rare as they are.
I have
But that
to,
is the biggest thing.
I have to
Do
interject
not.
on one point. You said on amateur voice actors. It's technically amateur adults because I came into this career jaded as fuck from the world of corporate, wage slaving. Sounds about right.
True.
So I already didn't do shit for free. I wasn't about to start a new venture on that. So,
I work. Mind you, I've been a voice actor in the interim of being in retail, but I worked 15 years in retail. Yeah, I don't do shit for free.
no, none of us do.
So this is a PSA for those of you that are wanting to get into the voice acting field, and for those of you that are casting for voice actors and such. Don't work for free.
Don't. Like
Do not work for free. Even if you are taking the bare minimum compensation of like, oh, I want to get paid 10 cents a word and it's 1,000 word script.
it's like we need, yeah, whatever. It's like, but you're getting paid something. But they're like, well, this is our budget. But even if it's like, look, we can give you $10 to do a 2-minute read. I mean,
Oh, get that.
as long as you're not too greedy over at McDonald's, that's lunch.
Get yourself that $10.
Yeah,
Um,
that's a 20 piece, my man.
so but that is the biggest thing that I can tell all of you is as you're starting out, by all means, do the voice acting challenges on TikTok.
Oh yeah,
Read the script. Perfect creating a character. Perfect your impressions if you're wanting to do impressions. If you are wanting to be, and that is a big delineation as well as we were talking about it, is if you are someone that all you want to do is impressions of characters, that's great. However, the title is not voice actor. You are a voice impressionist.
And on that note, because I didn't give you an impression, I want to flip that one more time. I want you to give me a straight read. Like, give me a directive that I can follow. Because I want to show these people that it's not like, just because you can do one does not mean you can't do the other.
Okay.
And it was said that even when people do their own characters, and I'll just do it from my straight voice, but even when people do characters, they say the best of the best. Think Mark Hamill's Joker. He's not static in the booth. He was moving, contorting, twisting his face. Robin Williams as the genie, he had a whole room.
To be exact, if I were recording for pay, which granted technically this podcast is pay, but still, if I were recording for pay, if I were cast in something, I would not be sitting at my desk.
No, neither would I.
That is also humongous tip. Never
don't do this sitting down unless you can't help it.
Do not do it sitting down. The same way that they will tell you unless you have medical physical restrictions, don't sing sitting down because it constrains it restricts your
diaphragm.
It restricts, in the case of voice acting, it restricts your diaphragm as well as it restricts your range of motion to be able to act. Now you also do have to be careful and control how much you move your body, because if you move your body too close to your microphone, then you get hand movements and oh no, you smacked your microphone. You got to be careful with those things.
There's gain staging where people have their interface right next to them so they can adjust the volumes as needed, but also there's mic discipline where the quieter you are, the closer you want to be, and the louder you are, the further away you want to be. Because if you're like right here and you start yelling, the audio is going to be, and you can hear it when the playback, you can hear when the mic peaks.
So I'm going to give you a character, but it's not a impression situation.
Okay.
Because I don't want you to impersonate anyone that has done this character before. I want you to give me Sherlock Holmes explaining how he knows who the murderer is.
Okay. Can you give me an environment?
Give me a second, because I might actually be able to do you a small favor. No, I don't want from the show, Sherlock. I want from the books. I might be able to do you the favor of actually giving you a monologue.
Okay, so on a first read. Now, here's a neat little trick you're about to see me do. It's often said that you want to look, what they say, look, swallow, and spit. You want to look at the lines. You want to swallow or take in the feel of the scene, and then you want to spit out the lines. You want to act. You don't want to try to act while you read. And I'm going to show you that it is doable, though it's not easy.
By all means.
How do I know? Now, Watson, how absurd for you to ask me such a question like that. How do I know anything? How do I know that you've opened a consulting room and resumed the practice of medicine without letting me hear a word about it? How do I know that you've been getting yourself very wet lately? That you have an extreme careless servant girl? An extremely careless servant girl. And that you've moved your dressing table to the other side of your room.
Give me a little more.
You a little more? It's because
now, this is where
I go off.
This is where... No. I'm saying, so this is where a director would then tell you, would either give you direction or go, hey, that was great, give me just a second. Usually the give me just a second is that they're saving that recording because they're going to have to splice everything together.
Yeah.
Now, a direction that you may get is, give me a little more. That just means plus up your performance. We are in the business of drama.
Yes. So
make it more dramatic, make it more serious, make it more funny. Whatever the scene is, give me more of it.
Okay.
So,
where it was more. At first take, it was a, how do I know? It's a little repeating. Like, how would you know? How would I know? He wants more. So it's like, how would I know? Now, Watson, how absurd for you to ask me such a question as that. How do I know anything? How do I know that you've opened a consulting room and resumed the practice of medicine without letting me hear a word about it? How do I know that you've been getting yourself very wet lately? That you have an extremely careless servant girl, and that you've moved your dressing table to the other side of your room?
Give me a little more Cockney. Remember, it's Holmes. We're talking Britain. I heard the English tone, but make it a little more Cockney.
Same energy?
Same energy.
How do I know? Now, Watson, how absurd for you to ask me a question as that. How do I know anything? How do I know that you've opened a consulting room and resumed the practice of medicine without letting me hear a word about it? How do I know that you've been getting yourself very wet lately? That you have an extremely careless servant girl, and that you've moved your dressing table to the other side of your room?
All right, we got that. That'll do, Popo.
All right. Now, the answer, dear Walton, is elementary. You see, I'm a pervert.
Now, what you can do, and not saying this to you, Matt, I'm saying this to our listeners. What you can do if you get into the field of voice acting is you can always go, hey, if we got the time, do you mind if I give you one more? And give them whatever your off-the-wall third take would be. So, Matt, go ahead and do that best practice. Go ahead and ask me if we got the time.
Okay. If y'all have the time, I'd like to give you one more.
Yeah, go ahead.
How do I know? He said. How do I know? Now, Watson, that is an absurd question for you to ask me. How do I know anything? I mean, really, how do I know that you've opened a consulting room and resumed the practice of medicine without letting me hear a word about it? In my house, nonetheless. How do I know that you've been getting yourself very wet lately? And seriously, a towel would be nice. I slipped in the hallway. That you have an extremely careless servant girl, spilled my tea all over the place, and that you've moved your dressing table to the other side of your room. I told you, Watson, it screws up the feng shui, and I will not have it under my roof.
Funny as that was, let's go ahead and stick with script as written.
I like to
and that is something. And that is something that you may get, especially if you are someone that wants to, maybe ad-lib in there. Now, what I'm going to give you all is two different actors will give you two different takes. How I would have read this, just from my perspective, and Popo, feel free to be director if you want to do multiple takes on this. How do I know? Now, Watson, how absurd of you to ask such a question as that. How do I know anything? How do I know that you've opened a consulting room and resumed the practice of medicine without letting me hear a word about it? How do I know that you've been getting yourself very wet lately? That you have an extremely careless servant girl? And that you've moved your dressing table to the other side of the room?
Um, it was good. I was following your flow. I would like to, I guess, see a little more movement from you, a little more feeling.
Okay.
You give me another take. Yes, yes. Stroke your luscious locks.
Sorry, I know you being
I have to live. I have to live vicariously through you.
How do I know? Now, Watson, how absurd of you to ask me such a question as that. How do I know anything? How do I know that you've opened a consulting room and resumed the practice of medicine without letting me hear a word about it? How do I know that you've been getting yourself very wet lately? That you have an extremely careless servant girl? And that you moved your dressing table to the other side of your room?
Okay, good, good. Now, just for posterity's sake, give me the same reading, but you're a scared 5-year-old Dutch girl who just had the script thrust in her face. Go.
How do I know? Now, Watson, how absurd of you to ask me such a question as that. How do I know anything? Now, how do I know that you've opened a consulting room and resumed the practice of medicine without letting me hear a word about it? How do I know that you've been getting yourself very wet lately? That you have an extremely careless servant girl? And that you've moved your dressing table to the other side of your room?
Now, all of you out there, he knows damn well I was fucking with him, and he didn't hesitate.
Now, if we got the time, I want to try something.
Yes, please, by all means.
I know Holmes is British, but just follow with me here.
Oh, we could do Texas the whole time?
Know? How do I know? Now, Watson, how absurd of you to ask me such a question as that. How do I know anything? How do I know that you opened a consulting room and resumed the practice of medicine without letting me hear a word about it? How do I know that you've been getting yourself very wet lately? And that you have an extremely careless servant girl? And that you moved your dressing table to the other side of your room?
It's like, and now my take as Sherlock Holmes is Sam Elliott. Watson, shut your bitch ass up and get on the horse. If I took the time to explain everything to you. And here's the thing, it's the same thing, pulling your mouth. If I had time to explain everything to you, we'd never get shit done.
Watson, beef.
It's what's for dinner. Get on the horse, Bonnet.
Now, mind you, for our female listeners that are thinking about getting into voice acting, I do have some sad news for you. There are certain voices you're just not going to be able to do. Sam Elliott, Tom Selleck, basically anyone that we're not sure if the man or the mustache is actually named Sam Elliott or Tom Selleck.
I believe in the case of the former, the mustache name is Elliott.
I'm just Sam.
My name's just Sam. This is Elliott.
Howdy.
But no, like, it's the same for male voice actors. There aren't many female voices you're going to be able to do unless you're that lucky bastard who got to play Edna Mode in the Incredibles movie.
Edna Mode.
And when I told my wife that, I was like, "Did you know that character was played by a man?" She's like, "Yeah, I can see that." And I'm like, "I'm glad one of us could." Now, like, I was like, "What, really?"
Now, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. I'm going to blow your mind. You probably already know this because your wife loves Bob's Burgers. Every female, except Luis, on that show, for the most part, has been played by a dude.
Yep. That I did know.
Yep. That is always the fun one. And the flip side of that, renowned character, That's My Purse, I Don't Know You, Bobby Hill, voiced by a lovely woman, Pamela Adlon.
Mm-hmm. Well, we have like a bunch of male characters, especially like young male characters, have been played by women.
Oh, one of my actual dear friends in the voice acting community, Laura Bailey, Kid
Mm-hmm.
Trunks.
Yeah. Um, Tommy Pickles from the Rugrats is another one.
Yes, I'm spacing the actress's name, and I feel horrible for that
Oh,
because
don't worry, I
renowned.
did too. I was hoping you didn't. Like you can't keep
No,
track of all the
I
names.
well, there at one point in time I didn't. Hold on, because I know Dill Pickles is Tara.
Yeah.
E.G. Daily.
I'm gonna seamlessly edit those
E.G.
two.
Daily.
E.G. Daily. I'm gonna seamlessly edit those two clips together, where you say I'm drawing a blank. It's just gonna be like E.G. Bailey.
I'm drawing a E.G. Daily.
E.G. Daily. Seamless. No one will know.
I'm drawing E.G. Daily. But that, you can absolutely edit those two together. But for those that subscribe at $10 a month on the Patreon, they'll get to see
You'll
me
get to see-
fumble that
You'll
because
get-
they'll
you'll
get
get-
access.
You'll get
the
to see him
uncut
draw that.
podcast.
Oh, are we just posting these raw?
No. I mean, I would like for our $10 subscribers, I think that they deserve the peek behind the curtain.
Oh, atop the lookout raw dog edition.
Atop the lookout, raw and wriggling.
Raw and wriggling. Ooh.
Give it to me raw and wriggling.
Summon Shenra.
Summon Shen Raw.
Raw. What's that thing?
your wish.
I was like, someone sent me a video. Like, someone sent me a video of them summoning Shenron, and just as his mouth comes out, like, oh, like that, he goes, yas. Yas. And I'm like, dude, don't talk to me again.
I am the eternal dragon. Name your wish. Bitch.
Bitch.
What'd you call me?
What'd you call me?
What? I didn't say anything. Don't know what you're talking about.
Great eternal dragon. I wish a bitch would.
Your wish is granted.
What did you wish for? I don't know. We're about to find out. On top of that, I don't know if you saw the video for today, but
Shenron would be if that were said and Shenron followed through with that wish, he would go absolute genie rules on that shit.
oh yeah,
And so wait, you wished a bitch would, and he said your wish is what does that mean? Look behind you, wooden female dog. Oh, son of a bitch!
you know what? I'm not even mad at that.
I'm not even mad.
It's immaculate.
I am. We have to wait a year before we can make another wish.
Oh come on, these are den days. You get 2 more.
Yeah, Dende had some powerful balls.
He did. It's a very potent balls. Actually, no, wait. You get 1 more, and then you get a 3rd wish if you're a part of the Frequent Summoners Club.
We get a punch card.
Yeah, we got a punch card. Your 7th Your 7th summoning has the extra wish. Why is it the 7th? You don't know why? We can only fit 7 punch spots on the card. Branding.
Branding, exactly. Got to punch out a Dragon Ball each time.
But no, the video I posted today.
The eternal. Oh no, not you guys again.
TikTok did that shit that I absolutely hate. And if you're going to start doing voice acting and you're going to use TikTok as your platform to get out there, which I do recommend, it's how it worked for me, make sure that you don't just post your video without looking at it first, because I did that today in a video Said everyone's at hope seeing if my day's getting better. Well, and you can just hear my son in the background because he refused to take a nap today and was just crying instead of going to sleep. And TikTok added music to the video, and I didn't wait long enough to see that happen. So there's music playing.
The worst. The worst is for musicians that don't pay attention.
That'll get you.
Post the video of your song with a song playing over it.
Yeah. Wait. And if you see that little thing in the top moving, X, and then make sure it doesn't try to do it again, because I've had that happen too. But yeah, no, another question I've been getting a lot of, because pseudo Q&A is this you? No attachments. I'm expecting, is this you? And then like a picture of me doing something. Nothing. It's just, is this you? And I'm like, how am I supposed to answer that?
So I get what they're going for there, because they're just trying to find out if it's the real Popo Blanco account, I'm guessing.
I guess.
Which, I mean, more power to you. Like, I completely understand that.
Is there a fake Popo Blanco account with over 300,000 followers? Do they have more? Is there a me? Is there a me with more followers than me? Because I'll fucking kill me.
You, TikTok, are too strong. Explain how.
Explain how. He stole your videos and posted them without telling people they're stolen. The fuck does that mean?
He's basically a thief.
But I'm the real Popo.
Do you really believe your own hype that much?
Motherfucker, I am the hype!
Yeah, it doesn't translate as well.
It works well enough. I got a buddy, my buddy resented, Chris said, I resent the implication that femboys aren't magical.
I mean, to be fair, we want to talk about the magical girl trope. If we look at Sailor Moon and we look at the original Japanese, I'm pretty sure one of them is technically a dude.
We need to talk about something voice acting related that not many people know about. If you are asked to do character work, like you have to come up with a character voice and they want you to be silly and goofy and, you know, blah, 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 and you do create your own character and they roll with it. Once you've done it long enough, you're going to hear it. Up here.
Oh, yeah.
It becomes a part of you. And lately, I've had to do a lot of work for villain support as Vegeta in Sailor Moon adjacent skits. One where they got the wrong costumes. One where Bulma's making Vegeta wear the costumes. Still can't wait for that to be animated. And another that has just been running through my head all day. Fighting evil by moonlight. Beating Kakarot in daylight.
Winning love by daylight. Shut up, Nappa.
Shut up, Nappa. God, this mini skirt is too tight. I'm the one they call Vegeta. That's been rolling through my head all day.
The things you get only on the lookout.
I was like, I'm gonna pitch that to villain support if they want to do anything with that. Just Vegeta singing a Vegeta-fied version of the Sailor Moon theme song.
I mean,
just roll that for the credits. If they get the animator, just roll that for the credits.
Indeed. So that is one of the things I didn't think that was where you were going with when you start making your own character. Don't forget that yes, it'll become a voice in your head, but
it will. Well, I'm saying it becomes a part of you.
The other thing that I was gonna say in regards to that, because that's how I thought you were going with it, when you said you'll hear it, is if you do get big enough, or even not necessarily big enough, but let's say you land in a niche area of the internet, you will hear people doing their impression of your character. And you have got to be okay with that. main thing that I remind everyone of is if that is something you're worried you're not going to be able to cope with, I want you to think about whether you have ever done an impression of a character like Winnie the Pooh. Imagine how often Jim must hear someone doing everyone's favorite, lovable, fuzzy little cubby all stuffed with fluff.
Yeah. Which, and we've even said that
Also,
if we get
for
him
that
on this
poor man,
show, we're not going to do Winnie the Pooh voices.
also for that poor man, imagine having such an iconic childhood character and hearing people turn him into saying the most horrible things.
That's directed at me, isn't it?
It's directed at both of us, homie. I have done the I am the one who knocks speech from Breaking Bad as Winnie the Pooh. To be exact, I believe I did it on when I was doing my when I was doing my monologue a day. I believe I did it as Mickey Mouse.
Yeah. I'm gone for a day, and the Nazis are invading, while the Catholics are crusading. Oh, Anderson, it's only been a day, but it feels like years.
Do you know what William Wallace looks like?
Does he look like a bitch?
Does he look like a bitch? Then why are you trying to fuck him like a bitch, Brad?
Dude, I still remember that fucking Pulp Vegeta fiction.
I am
video.
so glad. I would like all of you to realize something. As much as this man is my business partner, my brother, my best friend, I have paid good money for him to do skits.
Mm-hmm.
I paid for the Pulp Fiction movie night with Vegeta, Krillin. It was Vegeta, Krillin, and Popo, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. It was their initiation, or Krillin's initiation to the group. That he had to get through the fiction scene. And I did it. I did it.
And you will know my name is the Lord.
And you will know that my name is the Lord. As I bring my wrath down upon you. Ow! Ding! Oh, fun stuff.
Do you know what they call... Do you know what they call a hamburger with cheese in France?
Wait, let me get this. I can't remember. I don't think he. It's like.
Sorry,
it's like
I fucked up the quote. I fucked up the quote anyway. It's do you know what they call a quarter pounder with cheese in France?
And it's like, is it like
whoever you want to be? I don't care. I'm just doing it as Winnie the Pooh.
Because I know the line is a Royale with cheese.
A Royale with cheese. And do you know why that is? Fuck it, do it as Krillin. Have Krillin be Brad.
Because of the metric system.
Look at the big brains on Tigger.
Wait. There's a whole thing about sitting down when you're doing this. I can't do the laugh. I can't do it sitting down.
See, I've done so much voice acting sitting down that I can, but it's just I still don't advise it.
No.
You know the whole meme about Shaggy and 1% of unleashing 1% of his power? Yeah, that's me voice acting sitting down.
But less of us, stroking our own egos here and going more into like the actual business that is voice acting. You have to get comfortable reading the same thing over and over and over again. And then once you do, being told, can you do it one more time?
The general rule of thumb is you are going to read everything Audiobooks are a little bit different. I will give you that. Audiobooks are a little bit different. But general voice acting, commercial work, um, things of that nature, you're going to give 3 takes. Minimum.
Even I do that with
Now, if
villain
you're
support.
lucky, you are in a booth and you've got your director on the other side of the glass.
Yeah.
And you are able to get immediate direction. You're able to be told whether you need to do 3 takes or not. But in this day and age, so many people are doing remote voice acting where you're recording, sending it off, and then getting told, hey, we need X, Y, or Z. So you're going to record 3 options for them so that they can pick from one of those 3 options. And you may get back an email of, hey, all 3 were really nice, but we really need it more like this. Now, mind you, you could also strike gold if you are in the booth with your director, and it could be on your first take. I remember when I was doing my training, Ty had me read actual, commercial scripts, and one of them was for I don't know if it's real or fictional, but a pizza place called Pizza Inn,
I
and
think it's
I
real.
immediately, for whatever reason, reading the script, was like, oh, this just comes off the page as McConaughey. So I immediately just started reading it like this: Pizza Inn. And Ty was like, perfect. First take, perfect. I am going to have you do a second read because I want you to up the speed a little bit. You read it a little too slow. The drawl was a little too drawly, but the
Yeah, drawled it
characterization
out too much.
The characterization, though, perfect. That's the thing. You are going to have moments where you strike vocal gold, but more often than not, you're gonna do a minimum of 3 takes.
And I'm going to say this now because of what you mentioned with do it a little faster because you drew it out a little too much. You're going to have to get used to uncomfortable situations. And I'm not talking about, oh, the content is making you uncomfortable or the people you're working with is making you uncomfortable. I'm talking about the pace you feel it should be read in is not the pace that it's going to be delivered in. They want it faster or they want it slower, and you're going to have to get used to those fast-paced reads. Like the TikTok challenges are really good for that because you have a limited time to get that script off before it cuts you off.
Now, one of the best examples I can give of the opposite side of that, though, because as you said, there may be times where they want you to slow it down. I'm not sure how much of our fan base this is going to hit, but Yu-Gi-Oh! Joey has a line. I've got to win this duel. I got to get the prize money for my sister. Serenity. That pause that I just did was not me forgetting her name. That was what is in the show. And it's not because there's a big movement break there and that's why. No, they're dueling. He's literally on the pedestal in Duelist Kingdom. And yep, there's no movement. There is no you're pausing here because it's an action sequence and then you have another line. They wanted him to pause for that long. Completely unnatural, completely off. Any of us that hear it go, oh, that's really weird. But that is what your direction is. You follow your direction.
Now that is a good lead into voiceover work, dubbing more specifically, because in American animation, if you are doing cartoons, they animate to your voice. They animate to fit the lines as delivered. Now, you're still given direction for that's a little flow, pick it up a little bit, slow it down a little bit. But in anime dubbing, the direct translation, will not always fit into that same snippet as the original language. So rewrites are done, but then you're in that booth trying to get the lines out, matching the lip flaps to the timing. You are now matching animation, which in that scene, I don't even think he was saying anything out loud, but there was just this long drawn out scene where there was not a whole lot of dialogue even in the Japanese, but the way it was paced and the direct translation to it was so more filling that when they tried to break it down, they're like, okay, Joey, you have 10 words. We need you to make them last 30 seconds. Like,
Exactly. And that will happen. A big thing that you need to get comfortable with if you want to get into this field is that you have time constraints. If you're going to be a commercial actor, you may be recording the same commercial three different ways because there may be an online version where, oh, it's literally a 10-second ad. There's a 30-second radio spot, and then there's a 1-minute voiceover commercial for TV. Great. You have to fit everything that is in that 1 minute into 10 seconds.
and
And I'm not saying that you talk really fast, like shop at Hyundai.
now
That's
auditions.
not what I'm saying.
Now we should probably get into the point that a lot of people want to know where to look for work. There's a lot of websites out there, and in the as a little added bonus, when I post this video, I will have a list of said websites that you can use to find voiceover work in the description of the video. Courtesy of Autumn Ivy, actually. She sent me a list not too long ago. And what you're going to do... She is a friend of the Lookout. What you're going to do is go to each of these websites, find out which one of them require you to pay a lot of money for a yearly subscription, and you're going to ignore them for now. And you're going to ignore them for now. And you're going to go to places like Casting Call Club. And you're going to put in auditions there. But when you do eventually work your way up to like voices.com, voices123, or Backstage, an audition process is more of like you have an application script. You know, after you filled your whole page out and everything, you get a application script and they want you to read it in a certain way. Like, we want you to read this like, in a good example, I'm not even going to make one up. I actually had an audition for Bojangles at one point.
I remember it was when I got hired for my paraeducator position.
Mm-hmm. And
it was the same day.
The same day. And ultimately didn't get it. But the first voice, and in hindsight, kicking myself really hard for this, I should have just stuck with my normal voice. But what they had asked for in the prompt was one take with the draw of Matthew McConaughey, the Texas draw of Matthew McConaughey, with the cadence of Sam Elliott. So, like, realistically, all I had to do was talk like this. That's all I had to do, was just talk to him with my normal voice, my normal accent, and, you know, I probably would have landed the role no problem. But the second one they wanted, you know, I gave him this. You know, I gave him this voice right here. Oh, maybe a little lean into more Sam Elliott, just with a little, you know, I probably caricaturized my own voice more than I gave them my voice. But then the second one was the the delivery of Paul Rudd with the playful energy of Ryan Reynolds was the second prompt. And I was just like, I've got to be honest, I really don't know what you want from me here.
And you will get, so, or as you get into the auditioning world, and I will give a disclaimer here, because one of our first recommendations immediately contradicts telling them to worry about, like, casting call. Casting call is going to be a lot of gigs that are unpaid.
Yeah.
A lot of passion projects. Paid.
A lot of passion projects. One.
So,
by the way, little inside thing we're going to talk about. The one that we did, that we signed on for because it was a tribute to Akira Toriyama. Dude's put out like 5 more projects since then. I've heard nothing.
Yeah, I don't know if my lyrics will ever get used. And quite frankly, don't care whether they do or not.
Your best bet is to surf TikTok for people who are looking for work, and if they mention getting to them through casting call, then do that.
Yep. And I mean, the other thing is, and this is for anyone getting into the world of acting, period. Voice, stage, screen, any world of acting. I can't speak to adult, I've never done that. But stage, screen, voice. Get very comfortable with rejection.
Well, and here's the thing. If you're worried about rejection, like if that's what's slowing you down, they're like, well, I want to put myself out there and then not. You have to understand, hundreds of people at a time are probably applying for the same role you are. They're all going to get rejected too. But they didn't let that stop them, because you have to remember, if you're in the booth and you're getting choked up on how you're supposed to read this line, just remind yourself they're already not hiring you. They haven't hired you yet. Like, if you don't do this, they're not going to hire you. And if you choke out, they're not going to hire you. So why worry about it and just give them you? Because even though the prompt says this is what we want, how many of us really know what we want?
What I will tell you is every audition that you do, treat it as if it is your first recording for the role. Treat it as if you have the job. And what I mean by that is give them 3 takes. Give them what they ask for directly. Give them you. Now, mind you, there's going to be times where give them you doesn't work. If Matt is auditioning for something that specifically says that they want a Uncle Iroh-like character, him coming in with his Texas drawl isn't going to work. He knows he's got to go older. He knows he's got to give it a slight Asian accent. If that's what they're asking
now, if
for,
they said, no, here's the thing too. Caveat to that: if I come in and they say we're looking for an Uncle Iroh character, in what regard? Like, just say like old, wise, and it's like, okay, so just any nationality, or just like, well, yeah, just whatever you're comfortable with. Okay, bet your ass I'm gonna give them my normal take on that. I'll take my voice, I'll make it a little older, a little wiser. I'm more careful with my words and how I deliver them than I'd normally be. The next one's going to be Scottish. Because if they give me that freedom, I'm going to take it.
Yeah.
But if they said, if I come into the booth, we want you to do a Chinese accent. I'm not Chinese. Yeah, but you can do a Chinese accent, right? I would much rather you hire someone that's Chinese. If that's what you want. Unless I'm playing a character and the character has a tidbit where they're trying to do a Chinese impression.
Now, I will also say this. It is absolutely acceptable, as long as it is not a caricature, in my opinion anyway. Mind you, this is all opinion.
Yeah.
It is absolutely acceptable for people that are not of the nationality that provide the best performance to be cast for that role.
Let me ask you.
However,
let me bring
more
this
often
up.
than sometimes, when they are asking for a specific nationality and they are looking for you, not you, I'm saying this to our listeners, for you, and you are not of that nationality, they are probably looking for a caricature or a racist stereotype. If they ask me to do an Eastern accent, we're going to say Eastern. Not going to say Chinese, not going to say Japanese, not going to say Asian even. They say an Eastern accent. And I come in with this, because this is kind of the voice that you would generally hear. And they go, okay, so read this line. And it's fa la 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 la. And I deliver it as fa la 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 la. And they go, no. You know, like an Eastern accent. They're wanting fa ra 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 ra, and I will not abide that.
Normally,
that is a racist stereotype.
Because of people like Villain Support, and they're like, no, we want you to do this. I have subscriptions to Backstage and Voices.com. They're like $400 a year.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah, I didn't pay
Trust me,
for them. Is the only reason I have
I
them.
don't have them because paraeducators are not paid well enough for that.
Hey, I'm not paid well enough for it either, but somehow I got them because, they make good money over at Villain Sport. But they,
Homie, that means you are paid well enough. You're just paid in perks rather than
yeah,
direct money.
well, I'll take that. A lot of them will say right there what type of voice they're looking for. Oh, well, this character, he's like early 30s. Yeah. He's got a deep masculine voice. Yeah. Japanese. Fuck. So close.
Now to be fair, I will say this. As you said, don't not audition for that.
I mean, if you're
But
comfortable with
but
it, go for it. But out of solidarity and the want for more representation in the voice acting community, I just stay away from roles that they're not looking for me.
I am in a similar boat, but I also am someone that is of multi ethnicities.
Yeah, you can get away with it.
So that's the thing.
I'm Scotch
If
Irish.
Well, and that's the thing. I'm Hispanic. Much as I may not look it, I am Hispanic. So if they're looking for someone to give that Latin lover voice that is, slightly stereotypical, but is kind of right here, I can do that. But the same way that they wanted Gabriel Iglesias for Speedy Gonzalez, that is something I won't abide, because what they were looking for from him was a very racist stereotype. Orale!
But yeah,
voice.
he was cool with it though, wasn't he?
Yes, and he got to voice an iconic, legendary character.
Yeah.
Totally here for it. But the same way that I'm not Scottish, if they were to come to me and go, "We want you to be the new voice of Stoic the Vast," I'd go, "Have you met my brother Matt?"
Aye. But
So,
you need to remember two things going into voice acting if you're looking to voice animated characters. Bugs Bunny did blackface, and Mickey Mouse is blackface.
Well, and there's also something to be said of...
And I only say that because in a Looney Tunes cartoon, they did used to go there with their
absolutely.
characters. But
And that...
characters like Mickey Mouse, Goofy, and all them, they were drawn to... they were usually shown in minstrel shows in between acts, little cartoons, and they were drawn to reflect the characters that you would see in a minstrel show. So Mickey Mouse is blackface, so is Goofy.
Now, what I'll also say of that, though, is that we have come very far. We have progressed very far.
That's
so
why
it is...
any
I would
character
not...
any character with dark faces but white glove hands.
Yeah. Yeah. But I am also someone that I straddle the line, and a lot of people say, well, you can't have it both ways. I straddle the line of, yes, representation is ultimately the ultimate goal. However, when you have characters and voice actors that have voiced that character for so long, and they do the voice damn near perfectly, I don't agree with, oh, well, we're going to hire this actor because of the color of their skin or because of their nationality. The biggest one that I will always gripe on is Cleveland. Cleveland from Family Guy. He was voiced by a white voice actor.
He was not doing a stereotype.
No. It was perfect. And they wanted to change it because of representation purposes.
Yeah.
Now, on the flip side of that, Hank Azaria. Legendary voice. Phenomenal. Stopped doing Apu. I completely stand by that because Apu was a racist stereotype character.
Yeah.
Being voiced by a white man. So, I straddle that line.
But don't feel bad.
They were to ask,
don't feel bad for
I were to
Cleveland's
take a
original
role-
voice actor. He still plays Herbert the Pervert. It's fine. He still has work.
Great. Still got work.
He still
We're
has work.
fine. But that's why I specifically say, like, if I were to audition for something where they were like, oh well, we want an Iroh character, exactly as you said, I'd be like, okay, need a little bit of clarification here. Are you talking just like a wise old man, or are you talking specifically a wise old man of Eastern Asian descent?
Yeah.
Option number 2. Okay, I will still give you an audition. I will still audition for the role. I would hope that if someone like a Greg Baldwin, or I'm going to throw a random name out there that probably doesn't actually exist, or if it does exist, may not be a voice actor, but if someone named Ishi Takahata auditions, I would hope that you would cast them if they are a better actor in the role than I am. But that is also my thing. Am I a better...
Your second Iroh, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep, Greg Baldwin. But if I did a better acting job, though, then I don't see why I wouldn't get the role, or why I shouldn't get the role, just for the sake of representation.
That having been said,
and that is my hot take, and that is a hill that a lot of people actually like. Oh, so you're racist? I am not racist. I am the furthest from racist you could imagine. I just also don't believe that an actor's skill should be undermined by a different actor's skin.
Right. That having been said, because villain support does have their side thing of member solutions where they talk to heroes and villains, I have voiced Iroh on, I think, 2 or 3 of their episodes. So
I know you have. So what I will also say as we're getting into this, though, always shoot your shot.
Yeah.
But be willing to accept that I'm going to say this and it's going to come across very harsh, and I'm sorry.
Shoot your shot, but don't aim for the eyes.
We need to edit that out.
No.
Don't edit it out for those that pay the $10, because, raw.
Yeah.
So, what I was saying before Popo cut me off, and that was Popo. That wasn't even Matt. That was straight Popo.
That was just straight Popo. You hear them in your head, and they tell you to do things. Naughty things.
To the penguins. Sorry. You will...
I prefer turtles, but sure.
Turtles all the way down. That's someone we should get on the lookout.
They've got 6 holes. They've got 6 holes, man.
Get John Green, get Hank Green.
Get
them together.
Put a shuckle in front of me, I'm gonna bust.
Good night, everybody.
I'm getting a little loopy, I'm not gonna lie.
But shoot your shot. Accept that you are probably not going to get it. However, do not go into an audition thinking you're not going to get it. Something I tell all of my students. If you go into something thinking I'm going to fail, you are 75% more likely to fail. There's that 25% chance that, okay, well, no, you actually were just prepared and soared above the eagles. But no, if you tell yourself you're going to fail, it's called a self-fulfilling prophecy. You're probably going to fail.
Yeah.
Now, if you walk into an audition going, I'm going to get this role, have it in the back of your mind that I might not, but have the mentality that you are going to, because that is the only way that your performance is going to shine.
Now, on my 2 cents, once you get the job, say it's a recurring role, or it's recurring work with the same people, like my situation, a lot of the times they're going to be sending you stuff, you're going to look at it and you're going to, oh, this is going to be fun. Like, I can have fun with this. And sometimes you're going to get stuff and you're like, I think I can carry myself through this. Like, we can do this. And Derek knows what situations I'm talking about with that. No, depends on who's writing the
Living
script. No, it depends on
that.
who's
Also, I
depends on
was
who's
going to
writing
say
the
living
script.
Vegeta Loca.
Yeah. Well, no, that I looked at that. I'm like, this is gonna be fun, and then like 3 takes into the song, I'm like, my throat. But yeah, no. It usually does depend on who's writing that day, because somebody likes to be sad. But
This is true.
it's at the end of the day, it's work. Not every day is gonna be a good day. You're gonna have your off days, but you have to give yourself that grace because they want you. They chose you. They're going to be willing to work with you a little bit. And I say a little bit because, yes, give yourself some grace, but also maybe get your shit together.
And see, I'm the flip side of that coin because what I will say is, yes, you're going to get scripts that you're like, oh my god, I would do. I'm not going to do this for free, but I would do this for free. This is awesome. This is like everything I want. And then you're going to get scripts that you're going to go, I don't want to do this. And not, I don't want to do this, I feel uncomfortable. Just, oh, this is boring. Or, oh, like, this isn't my cup of tea. You need to give every performance like it is that first experience. That, oh my God, I want to do this. There's a phrase that my dad, shout out Kindred, uses for actors, specifically movie actors. And it's called a water heater performance. What he means by that, if he tells me, oh yeah, Ewan McGregor did a water heater performance in that, it means that the actor took the script and did the movie because they needed to replace their water heater.
Yeah.
They did not put any effort into it. They phoned it in. They were obviously cast on their name alone, basically, and they knew that. So they went, "Yep, I'm going to do this movie and make my money and be able to replace my water heater." Don't ever give a water heater performance.
No, give it your everything.
You need to be.
I'm saying like when you're having a bad day, like you just can't get into the groove. Like it's even if you want to be there, but like just something's like, yeah, I'm just not. You know, maybe take 5. If figure out what's going on in your head, try to get out of it. Do the best you can. But and again, very as blunt as I said it, maybe get your shit together. This is a job at the end of the day. These are clients. Yep. They've hired you for your work. And if you don't want to build a bad reputation, you need to perform as advertised.
Absolutely. So we're coming up toward the end here.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to? We'll skip the questionnaire this time because woof, that took a while.
Yeah, we're not gonna do characters this time. We will next time. But let's go ahead. We're gonna do our this guy that line. I also do want to make sure that I address the elephant in the room when it comes to our.
You can see him too.
When it comes to our what?
I said yes, you can see him too. I said you can see him too.
The elephant in the room when it comes to our fans listening to us here today. Yes, Matt and I are well aware of the Dragon Ball information that came out at time of recording prior Saturday. There's not a lot for us to address, but there's enough that I didn't feel right shoehorning it into this episode with this specific theme. So what we're going to do, which, gives it more time to marinate as well, and hopefully maybe some more information can come out. We will talk about it next month in February for that month's episode of Talking Balls.
Mm-hmm.
What I will leave it at to give you guys just a little amuse-bouche of that information. I have the hot take of I don't see why we are getting Dragon Ball Super Beerus when Dragon Ball Super hasn't been out that long. Don't get me wrong, it's been out long enough, but I don't know that it deserved the Kai treatment compared to Z getting the Kai treatment. and I'm excited for year 1000, but I also can't stand that people are going, oh, it's got a new main character. No, it's got a new player character, not a new main character. Get it right. That's like saying that Shallot is suddenly the new main character of Dragon Ball because he was in Legends. So there's your little amuse bouche of DBZ news.
Yeah, I'm not going to elaborate on that until we get to that episode.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not going to elaborate. There's your amuse bouche of Kami's takes.
Yeah. But I am prepared to look up these monologues because I don't remember shit.
That is okay. Do we have any kind of a preference? Because last time we specifically went with abridged characters. Not last time. Sorry. Episode 1, we specifically did abridged characters.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't recall Christopher Walken being...
Episode 2, because it was Talking Balls, we did the abridged characters. Last time, the monologues were specific. The characters were different. The monologues are specifically from superhero movies. Do we have a preference?
Not really. Because in any case, what we're going to do is relevant to what we were talking about.
Absolutely.
Unless for this episode you want to forego character voices and just take popular monologues without context of listening to them, or that just taking that chance and rereading them the way we would deliver it.
I like that. I like that a lot.
So let's do that. By the way, we really need to get a group together again for another Spell Shots Against Humanity.
I would love if we went ahead and did that as an episode of On the Lookout.
We can. Just
funneled people in. I will warn you that might be an On the Lookout with Popo, because again,
well, we need a sober announcer.
Yeah, I guess that could be the sober announcer. I was going to say overstimulation is a thing.
Oh, well, I was about to say, because I partook in that tournament, and I was a bit woozy by the end of it. Oh, fucking Archeo
woozy, man.
Archeo Pirate passed out at the end of the stream, like towards the end of the stream. When I finally got heard from the next day, he goes, I don't remember like the last hour.
But what I'm hearing is great success.
It's a good job. We all had a good time.
Great success. Okay, let's see what
and if any of y'all want to know
what our AI overlords give us.
If anyone of y'all wants to know, do we talk to each other in horribly offensive, stereotypical accents? Yes, but that's only because South Park has had a profound impact on our lives.
This is true. Also, I mean, I was direct quoting the TikTok sound, which is from something I'm sure I don't know what.
Sometimes it may be good, sometimes it may be shit.
All right. So, our 4 options, and our AI overlord did not understand my entire prompt, so I'm just going to give the monologue choices. It tried to give us actor options, which I'm like, that's still an impression. That's not what we're trying. That's not what we're going for here.
It's not what we're doing.
So it would start from the "you can't handle the truth," and then it would be his full tirade about you want us on those walls, you need us on those walls. But the courtroom breakdown from A Few Good Men. Coffee is for Closers from Glengarry Glen Ross. The Final Humanity speech from The Great Dictator. And the Tears in the Rain monologue from Blade Runner.
Again?
I mean, that's what it spat out. Let's go ahead and get a different 4th.
Yeah, because I did that episode 1.
I do remember.
I don't remember what voice I did, but I remember. I have to remind myself that dead air is not a problem because I'll edit it out, but I keep thinking we're live.
No, we're not.
I'm so used to being live on camera.
Me too, The fluffers, I mean, we're glad that this is being edited out.
It will. So I had a video. You don't know how bad it's gotten for paid content on TikTok. I have a video. It's currently at 20,000 views. I've made 60 cents. For this whole month. For this whole month of January, I've made $50.
Yeah, TikTok's not a viable source anymore. We got to get you and it'll be we'll do a call to arms at the end of the episode since this is all being edited out. We'll do a call to arms at the end of the episode of, hey, by the way, we appreciate you here on Patreon. Please, anyone that is paying for the subscription already, we appreciate you. Keep in mind this is the penultimate episode of free On the Lookout. Otherwise, it'll be behind the paywall.
I'm gonna ask if
more than anything, please go to Popo's YouTube and drop, watch everything, throw it on in the background. We don't care. We need to get his viewed hours up because we need to get him to over 3,000 hours so that he can be monetized.
I'm gonna see if people want me to do the occasional long play, just real easy going game. I'm right here. This is as loud as I get. And we just play through something. It's something for people to put on before they go to bed.
Let me be your sleep paralysis demon.
Are you going to sleep yet? God.
Okay. So it did not understand my prompt again. It spat out the "I'm mad as hell" from Network. So I'm mad as hell and I'm not taking it anymore. There Will Be Blood, the final monologue from that movie. Rocky Balboa, Life Ain't All Sunshine and Rainbows. And yet it's still, even though I said no repeats from previous episodes, it still spat out Tears in the Rain from Blade Runner. So what I'm thinking is the fourth.
I'll take the Rocky as the fourth.
I'll say, let's take the Rocky as the fourth. So we've got Coffee is for Closers, Glengarry Glen Ross. The final monologue from the Dictator. Am I right on that? Great Dictator from Great Dictator. Final speech from Great Dictator. You Can't Handle the Truth tirade from A Few Good Men. Coffee is for Closers and Rocky Balboa. Life Ain't All Sunshine and Rainbows. That I will give you is a very long monologue, but I also would love to hear either of us do our interpretation of it.
I'm pulling it up now. Now, it looks like that is pretty long, but
if you want to do that
on
one,
Reddit.
I say if you want to do that one, I will do the final speech from the Great Dictator.
Okay. And again, we're reading these as we would deliver them.
Sure.
So, for me, I'm just going to do this like maybe I'm talking to my son. As he's getting older. You ain't going to believe this. But you used to fit right here. I'd hold you up and I'd say to your mother, this kid, he is going to be the best in the world. This kid is going to be somebody better than anybody I ever knew. And you grew up. Good and wonderful. It was great just watching you. Every day was like a privilege. Then the time come for you to be your own man and take on the world, and you did. But somewhere along the line, you changed. You stopped being you. You let people stick a finger in your face and tell you you're no good. And when things got hard, you started looking for something to blame, like some big shadow. And let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It is a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, nobody is going to hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That is how winning is done. Now, if you know what you're worth, then go out and get what you're worth. But you've got to be willing to take the hits and not point fingers saying you ain't where you don't want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that isn't you. You are better than that. Now, I'm always going to love you no matter what. No matter what happens. You're my son. And you're my blood. You're the best thing in my life. But until you start believing in yourself, you're not having a life.
Very well done.
Thank you.
So I'm going to go ahead and do the final speech from the great dictator.
One of these days I'm going to actually read that to my son, and he's going to go, Dad, you got that from Rocky. And I'm like, shut up.
Shut your mouth.
Shut your mouth, you little shit.
So I'm going to do the final speech from the great dictator. Now, I will also go so far as to say this. I do not think that anyone, myself included, could perform this better than Charlie Chaplin did.
Self-fulfilling prophecy.
But I'm also going to do this differently than he did. I'm not going to get as passionate because of what this speech is about, and especially given the current state of the world. So, I'm sorry, but I don't want to be an emperor. That's not my business. I don't want to rule or conquer anyone. I should like to help everyone, if possible. Jew, Gentile, black man, white. We all want to help each other. Human beings are like that. We want to live by each other's happiness, not by each other's misery. We don't want to hate and despise one another. In this world, there's room for everyone. And the good earth is rich and can provide for everyone. The way of life can be free and beautiful, but we've lost the way. Greed has poisoned men's souls, has barricaded the world with hate, has goose-stepped us into misery and bloodshed. We've developed speed, but we've shut ourselves in. Machinery that gives abundance has left us in want. Our knowledge has made us cynical. Our cleverness, hard and unkind. We think too much and we feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent and all will be lost. The airplane and the radio, they've brought us closer together. The very nature of these inventions cries out for the goodness in men. It cries out for universal brotherhood, for the unity of us all. Even now, my voice is reaching millions throughout the world. Millions of despairing men, women, and little children. Victims of a system that makes men torture and imprison innocent people. To those who can hear me, I say, do not despair. The misery that is now upon us is but the passing of greed, the bitterness of men who fear the way of human progress. The hate of men will pass, and dictators will die, and the power they took from the people will return to the people. And so long as men die, liberty will never perish. Soldiers, don't give yourselves to brutes, men who despise you, enslave you, who regiment your lives, tell you what to do, what to think, and what to feel, who drill you, diet you, treat you like cattle, use you as cannon fodder. Don't give yourselves to these unnatural men, machine men with machine minds and machine hearts. You are not machines. You are not cattle. You are men. You have the love of humanity in your hearts. You don't hate. Only the unloved hate. The unloved and the unnatural. Soldiers, don't fight for slavery. Fight for liberty. In the 17th chapter of St. Luke, it is written, "The kingdom of God is within man, not one man nor a group of men, but in all men." In you. You, the people, have the power to create machines, the power to create happiness. You, the people, have the power to make this life free and beautiful, to make this life a wonderful adventure. Then in the name of democracy, let us use that power. Let us all unite. Let us fight for a new world. A decent world that'll give men a chance to work, that'll give youth a future and old age security. Be the promise of these things. Because of the promise of these things, brutes have risen to power, but they lie. They do not fulfill that promise, and they never will. Dictators free themselves, but they enslave the people. Now let us fight to fulfill that promise. Let us fight to free the world, to do away with national barriers, to do away with greed, with hate and intolerance. Let us fight for a world of reason, a world where science and progress will lead to all men's happiness. Soldiers, in the name of democracy, let us all unite.
God, I hate
Thank
how
you.
history repeats itself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
There
funny.
was a reason why. There was a reason why when our AI overlord picked that as one of the monologue choices, I was like, yeah, I feel like I got to do that.
Yeah. It kills me that I still have people that feel the need to comment on my videos that even though they enjoy my content and they support me, they do disagree with me when it comes to my political rants. And I'm like, I can only remember a few political rants that were basically like, stop being assholes and treat each other with respect. And the fact that I openly say you disagree with me there, it's like, you're saying an awful lot about yourself, man.
I mean, let me get to something that everyone that joins the Lookout has to see, and just remind everyone of something that is part of this community.
I believe my words in the last political rant I made were human life should not be a political subject. Should not be a political topic.
No, they shouldn't.
But then they're like, well, I disagree with you there. Okay, well, then, motherfucker, I don't know if I want your support, to be honest.
Number 11 of the Lookout. Of the rules of the Lookout. Because, yes, I am a Fairly Odd Parents nerd.
I think we all are.
Rule number 11. In Wheaton we trust. If all else fails, always remember Papa Wheaton's golden rule. Don't be a dick. So that's something I've always tried to live my life by, even before I knew that it was Will Wheaton's rule. Because well, I learned it from my mama. So
I know one guy's getting real.
when all else fails, you follow mama's rule. Don't be
That's
a
right.
dick.
That's right. I know one guy's probably getting real sick of seeing my name show up in his video. It's the Mr. Popo Steal Your Girl AI video that's floating around. And I'm like, guys, I do not, nor have I ever condoned the use of AI for artistic pursuits. And I do not indulge in AI content.
No, no.
You can either do it or you can't. And if you can't, learn
No.
how.
Here's the thing. I indulge AI as a tool. And by that, I mean, hey, I don't have someone who can be an editor for this script. Give it a once over and let me know whether I have any grammatical errors or such. But hey, make this video of I'm gonna send you pictures. Okay, take those pictures, and I want you to take the person in that picture, and I want you to make them fighting a dolphin bear.
You know, at least your prompt wasn't putting minors in promiscuous situations, like grog.
Grok, yeah.
Grok. Sorry, I thought it was grog. How little I pay attention to it. I don't even know its fucking name.
It's okay. For a second there, I thought that
Rams
it was
good.
called Gronk. For a second, I thought it was called Gronk, and I'm like, oh man, Gronkowski's going to sue. Rob Gronkowski's going to own Elon Musk.
Mm-hmm.
Then again, nobody wants to own that.
No.
But we're venturing into something that I don't want to talk about on the lookout, which is far too much into politics.
No.
Which
again, I don't think we're
viewer,
talking politics. I think we're talking common human decency, and it's a shame that that's become a political issue, and I'll leave it at that.
I agree. I will say this as we are getting into the realm of, like I said, this is the penultimate free episode.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, well, I guess technically all episodes will technically be free because they'll be up on the YouTube. But
yeah, we're just gonna see how patient you can be.
I'll say they're also on a week-long delay, so that'll be fun. But yes, this is the penultimate free episode. Our viewers, our lovely listeners and watchers, if you have any suggestions of episodes you would like to see, things you would like to hear Matt and I vamp about for anywhere from 45 minutes to 2 hours.
We're never going to do just 45.
We should have known this was going to happen.
It always does.
But please, drop them in the comments. Feel free to email me at djsvoabiz@gmail.com.
I'll put it on screen.
Drop in a TikTok comment. Hop on Popo's YouTube and leave comments there. And this is a call to arms from Kami himself. If you are not already subscribed to Popo over on YouTube, please make sure to do so. And if you've got downtime, throw his videos on in the background. We got to get this man some play hours. Popo, I know we don't like talking finances, especially exact dollar amounts, but you want to go ahead and tell them how much you're getting from TikTok this month compared to how much you've gotten in previous months?
I'm getting less than 25 cents per 1,000 views.
Yep.
For every 1,000, I get less than a quarter.
So now previous months, you pulled in what? Couple $100 from TikTok?
$1.25 per 1,000.
Yeah.
So I was making on average anywhere between 150 to, I think at the most I pulled $400. But this month I'm only making 50.
Yeah. So TikTok is no longer necessarily a viable revenue stream for our buddy Popo here. I for one am blessed to have a very frugal and fiscally responsible wife, and a job that pays me enough that it covers my rent and bills. I don't really have much in the way of spending money every month, but at least I can live in this capitalist hellscape. Um, but yeah, the
And
Patreon
that's
is
not
going to be
that's
great for
not
both of
politics,
us.
and that's not politics. That's economics.
That's economics, exactly. Um, but yeah, so the Patreon is going to be great for both of us. But helping out good old Popo there, let's go ahead and get him monetized on the YouTubes,
Oh,
which
I'm
are
already monetized, but here's the thing: I have almost 6,000 subscribers over there on YouTube, and my videos at most see about maybe 200 views.
yeah. So let's go ahead and get his views up. Um, do you know how many play hours you have, good sir,
I can look at
off
that.
the top of your head? Okay,
No,
let's go ahead and
I've
look that
got the
up.
YouTube studio right here.
Cool. Let's go ahead and look that up real quick. Because I do know, because our good buddy, our fellow, he's not part of Atop the Lookout Productions, but he is a very good friend of the Lookout, and is part of the Lookout Discord server. IDBS.
My watch time in hours from December to today is 243.
Okay. Does it give you your total watch hours?
Let me see here.
Because what I was going to say is our good buddy IBBest Gaming, he just hit his 3,000 watch hours over on YouTube and is officially monetized. However, he needs another 1,000 to be able to start getting ad revenue. So,
Let's see. I don't have anything that's drawing any revenue right now.
it's all a game of seconds.
Hmm. Most of my views are coming from shorts.
Gotcha.
Oh, less
But
28
yeah,
days.
so my statement stands. We need to get his view hours up, people. So, all in all, I would call this another successful episode of On the Lookout with Derek and Matt, or Kami and Popo.
However you want to
Mr.
go,
Kami
we're
if you're
easy.
nasty. Mr. Kami if you're nasty.
We're not. Yeah, I do, but we're not ending it on that, are we? Then I just
No.
cut the video here.
We're not ending it on that, are we? No. No, there's going to be multiple points where you can feel free to edit, but we'll go ahead and give our little ending here. So, what I want to end this with, aside from our usual sign-offs, is a call to arms. Please, if you have not already headed over to Popo's YouTube, make sure you do so. Drop a subscription, and make sure to give him some watch time so we can go ahead and get those numbers up, get him some more revenue. And as always, I am Derek, aka Kami, CEO and founder of Atop the Lookout Productions. And remember that you are deserving of love. You are loved because I love you. And in all that you do, above all else, do good.
And I am Matt, aka Popo, the CCO of Atop the Lookout Productions. Yeah, CCO of Atop the Lookout Productions. And remember, if you put a shuckle in front of me, I'm a bust.